Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt. And you breathe that in, and you can constantly taste the salt.
And we are live. You want to do a little audio check just to make sure we're all good with the sound on the stream?
Hello, everybody. Yes, hello. I was just vibing out the intro there, sorry.
Hey, it's actually a really well-made intro.
Yeah.
I give Sean credit for that. But hey, new week. Hopefully some new people joining this time around.
And I can hear myself.
Hey, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Starting this week off right. And to start off this week as well, just as we typically do, to introduce ourselves, I am Matthew, your host here on Pass Assault, and with me today I have
Taylor. How's it going? Co-founder, co-host Ted for Thought here. How's it going? Hello.
It's going good. Going good. It has been a little bit of a slower week this time around, wouldn't you say?
Yes, very much so. We have two big headlining topics, and that's pretty much it. And I'm not too sure how much we'll say about each one, except for one of them. So
yeah, we kind of hit the cycle last time around with the Saturday news kind of hitting just right.
Yeah.
But before we dive into those news topics, as always, just going down our little list here. If you do think what we do is awesome and you feel like we deserve the support, feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell to see when we go live, as well as when we post our videos and all that good stuff. We try to shoot for 2 times a week, but we've been doing better about it. Doing pretty good.
Consistent schedule.
Yeah, we got a couple things planned up this week. I know we had that Note 1 year later review, and it's actually going across pretty well right now.
Yes, after several re-renders, because we got approved for monetization, and it's the game you have to play now.
Yeah. Is what it is. Sometimes you can't just make memes, I guess.
Not anymore, no.
Nope. And if you wish to go onto other platforms and spread the good word of Tech for Thought, we do have a couple places you can go. Mainly Twitter at tech_4, the number 4_thought, and we do have an Instagram which we should use more. I don't know if Sean has access. I'll make sure to see if he does. But that one is tech_4 FOR_thought. So yeah, I've got a couple pictures there and whatnot. I got a picture of my blown out power pole that got struck by lightning. That was a fun night. And we also have an affiliate.
Yes, cultureofgaming.com. Gaming news, reviews, opinion pieces, etc. Go check it out.
All right. Perfect. Well, I think that does it for most of the intro stuff.
What was that? Oh.
Was it Chloe?
Yes.
I saw her little head pop up.
She's like, me? Yes, you.
Was you?
Right,
was it me? Was it you, John Wayne? Who said that? Such a good movie.
Yeah.
Well, kind of going into one of the bigger headlines for this week. We had I forgot well, that looks a little jank right now. You know what? I don't have time to fix it.
What'd you do? Oh.
Because I haven't set to 1440p and I now have a 4K monitor.
Oh my
so it's
God.
mildly jank.
Okay, anyway.
Properties.
Honestly, been there, done that, so you're good.
Screen capture. Properties. Okay, done. But we're just going to fix this live on the podcast real quick.
Love it. You can just right click and do fit to screen.
Oh, can I?
Yeah.
Where is it?
In OBS.
I'm using Streamlabs.
Yeah.
Inverse.
You can still right click and hit fit to screen.
Paste, copy, select all, invert selection, transform, group. Is it transform? Nope. Group, hide, create source, remove, rename, performance, filters, copy filters, paste filters, properties, create out. I'm not seeing a.
Hold on.
You know what? It's fine. It's fine. It is close enough.
No, it's not. No. You know, I'll just keep going with it. I'll tell you in a second. Okay.
Well, it's something I should have checked before we got live, I guess. But nonetheless, let's just keep going with it. Thanks to us via Tom's Guide, we have a little bit of a recap in relations to the news pertaining to the Apple event. With it, that happened not too long ago, about 4 days ago from time of filming on the 14th. Got some news about iPhone 13, Apple Watch, a new iPad mini, stuff like that. And with it, the first Apple event of 2021 is over. And we saw the launch of the new iPhone 13, Apple Watch 7, and more.
Yeah, okay, so when in the lower bit of the area, if you go to sources and right click on like the window capture or whatever it is you use to capture the browser, right click on that, and then it should be under transform, and you'll see stretch and fit to screen. Do fit to screen.
Okay. There. Done.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Sorry.
So it was in a sub menu. Cool.
Yes.
Where was I?
Went through the transform sub menu.
I did not.
Oh.
I was just reading. I said, "Is it in transform?" And you said nothing, or at least that's
okay.
what I remember.
Okay.
Anybody who's technical difficulties, Boomer Stream. You're not wrong. Boomer Stream.
Yeah. All right.
But with the big news, the first Apple event in 2021 is over, and we saw the launch of the iPhone 13, Apple Watch 7, and more. Apple revealed the iPhone 13, Apple Watch 7, iPad 9, iPad Mini 6, and we saw quite a few service announcements for Apple TV Plus and Apple Fitness Plus 2. Last year, Apple split its top launches into a series of virtual keynotes, and while we are still anticipating multiple Apple events before the end of 2021, the September installment is probably one of the most people care about. Like previous recent Apple events, this one was virtual broadcasting from the Apple Park, and Apple could return in October or November or both with other rumored products like the MacBook Pro 21 and a 14-inch and a MacBook Pro 16-inch 2021, and as well as new iPads. In fact, the idea that Apple...
Wait, this is a horrible article. Hold on.
You said any news outlet.
I didn't expect one to be this ass, but that was more saying like literally every news outlet had something about it. Hold on.
I'm going to wait here patiently while you find me a new one. Whoops, did not mean to hit the intro. Any outlet. Boomer Stream. Alright, but with it, anything you care about?
Well, I was just saying if we just want to do a recap of it. That's what I was thinking we were doing, why we mentioned it. Like, talked about everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this Tom's Guide article does not have everything, and it even has stuff that is speculation too, even though it's supposed to be. So.
I mean, it has info about Apple event, iPhone 13, Watch 7, AirPods 3, the new Mac.
But the AirPods 3 weren't actually a thing, though.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's just like, it doesn't... Yeah.
Any outlet.
Yeah, but literally, that was more to say any outlet, like, any outlet covered it, not...
I googled Apple event, and that was one of the first ones that popped up.
Okay. Here. Do this Mac rumors thing.
There we go. I'll update that later in the...
There we go.
There we go.
Let's continue the Boomer Stream.
Back in my day, we streamed... No. With Mac rumors, though, let's go down it. So they do, kind of a live recap of it. So at 7:08, we just under 3 hours. They send out 6 notifications before. Okay, there we go. Starting with an intro music video of California Soul, filmed in various locations around California.
Okay, let's just start with the iPad. Okay, look, new iPad.
Scroll into it.
Yeah. Okay, look. New iPad, the normie ass iPad has a basic got a little bit of a redesign, okay?
Yes, it got a little bit of a redesign to make it fall more in line with the other general Apple products.
Yes. Okay. Start.
I'm sorry. I'm just dying here.
Same.
Apparently, we can't go to every news outlet. But highlights, iPad. I mean, it's an iPad. It does the job. It was just a regular, not the Pro, right?
Yeah, just regular
Okay,
iPad.
cool. I know they have that now with an 813 Bionic chip, up from the 12%. Says it's 20% faster, up to 3 times faster than top-selling Chromebooks and 6 times faster than top-selling Android tablets. And the 813 delivers performance users need, and then some upgrades, images. Big upgrade is to a 12 megapixel ultra wide with a 122% field of view camera with center stage. Do you know what center stage is?
Yes, I do.
What?
You want here? New article. Go. Third article. Try it now.
The Verge. This cannot go worse.
Center stage, as previously announced at Apple in previous events, was basically like it's this whole FaceTime feature thing, and
Yeah.
it's basically like a live like background cancellation or like blur or whatever.
Oh, so it's just
FaceTime
like
and whatnot. Yeah.
it. So what other people have done already?
Yes, it's a fancy name for depth of field on FaceTime.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's. I was trying to think. I know my work stuff does that with our webcams and whatnot in our presentation programs. They'll like AI green screen your background so you can put up like a pic of Hawaii or something.
Oh yeah, Zoom does that by default.
Yeah.
Or had that functionality built in.
I have yet to use Zoom, surprisingly.
Consider yourself lucky.
I am.
Okay.
Let's go to the iPhone 13 next, since that's probably the one that
what
most.
What about the iPad Mini?
Well, I'm going in order of the
Like...
Verge article. I was just gonna scroll with it. You know what? iPad Mini. Anything you find?
Actually, yes. This was probably my favorite part of the whole Apple event was the iPad Mini because it's been completely redone. Okay, borrows lots of design language from the iPad Pro. Has a massive, like sort of like massive bump in performance, screen, etc. This thing is insane, but it's like also, and it's also like starts really cheaper than an iPhone. Even though it has literally all of the same functionality as an iPhone now, because you can get it with 5G. So why would you buy an iPhone when the iPad Mini is available?
You can't.
You can take calls on it. You can text from it with iMessage.
You're gonna hold up an iPad to your face?
I mean, the iPad Mini is not that much larger than like a Note or a.
That's true. It's 8.3 inches in its screen there.
Yeah, it's only 2 inches larger and just a little bit wider. So
you make it fold. I wonder how big. I wonder how big it is compared to the. I think it's the fold that's vertical, right? It's the flip that goes up.
Yeah, the fold is only like 7.3 inches or so.
So it's not too far at all.
No, it's not. That's what I'm saying. Like.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, you could fold that one in half, so it's a little bit easier to carry.
I know.
But yeah, with it, Apple's new iPad Mini has all new design resembling the iPad Air that was released in 2020 with an 8.3-inch screen, Touch ID sensor on the power button, a USB-C port, 12 megapixel ultra-wide front camera that supports Apple's center stage technology, and the option for 5G. Also supports second-generation Apple Pencil, which can connect magnetically to the side of the tablet, taking that from the Surface. And the new tablet starts at $499.
Exactly. It's a cheaper iPhone.
Yes.
It's a very cheap iPhone.
Don't use Zoom. Never will.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have a choice.
You got Discord.
No,
I know universities won't do that.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway. All right.
Would you buy an iPhone if it was half the price than it typically was?
I mean, what do you mean the question?
For an iPhone 13, would instead of like buying it at $1,000, And would you
But
like?
that's not the cost of an iPhone 13. That's not an iPhone 13 is like 700.
No, or I'm just trying to make a point right now. Would you be more enticed if it was like $500 to get an iPhone?
No, not really.
Okay, that was basically the point I was trying to see, the cost evaluation.
Oh, okay.
All right. Anything else you want to touch about the iPad Mini?
I guess it's just weird of how competitive of a price it is, and how much of like, and how similar in size and shape
I
and everything.
I honestly wonder if they're taking a loss with that product.
I don't think so. Apple would never take a loss on things.
That's true.
Yeah.
Now to the iPhone.
No, go through. We just go through the order in the event that it did. All right. So the next thing that they did was the Series 7 Apple Watch. Cool new like screen design and whatnot, stuff like that. Has like this cool little wraparound effect, which you might be used to if you used a Samsung phone lately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big thing here. One thing of note is that it has a like bicycle and motorcycle crash detection. So now you can set it to send notifications to everyone when you eat shit.
I would not do well with that.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
broken
it's like,
several bicycles in my life.
yeah, slightly brighter screen, better battery, the normal iterational upgrade improvements. So, yeah.
Cool.
All right, now we can talk
what's
about the
next?
iPhone.
Okay, I was about to say what's next because the Verge thing is obviously not in order at this point.
No, it's not.
All right, now to things that good chunk of people probably
Actually
find more.
care about.
Yeah, the iPhone 13 and the iPhone 13 mini looks very similar to the iPhone 12, but has a smaller notch and a diagonal camera array. They're equipped with a new A15 Bionic chip and have an improved dual camera system on the back. Apple's also promised longer battery life than the iPhone 12, and the iPhone mini comes in $729. iPhone 13 regular comes in $829. Though both
it's hilarious that they arranged the two cameras diagonally on those just so people know you have the 13 and don't mistake it for an 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Pretty funny. Anyway.
Gotta keep those people who want that bleeding edge of Apple fully bought into it. Never want to mistake them for a poorer individual.
Right, exactly.
And you could
allowed.
You could pre-order them September 17th, which was yesterday. Actually, one thing that I heard that the pre-order for everything was a dumpster fire.
Yeah, Apple Pay was like crashing, processing everything at once.
Apple Pay was crashing. Their trade-in system was not functioning properly. Yeah, it was a mess.
Yeah, so
that was kind of funny to watch. iPhone 13 Pro.
toddlers BTFO.
Pretty much. iPhone 13 Pro finally adds a high refresh rate screen. And the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max looks similar to the predecessors. No surprise there. With a stainless steel band around the side and a matte finish on the back. But the big upgrade is the screen. They support Apple's ProMotion adaptive refresh rate technology, and that tops out at 120 hertz. They also
bumped the screen brightness to 1200 nits. I don't know if that was in there or not.
That is not in here. They also have a new camera system and an A15 Bionic chip as expected. Like the iPhone 13, Apple also promises to improve battery life from the iPhone 12 series. Are they increasing the battery life at all in terms of milliamps? Or is it just software based?
It's both hardware and software optimizations too. They're doing. So a big part of it that isn't being talked about is like 5G optimizations made into the modem and the processor and the A15.
Finally, am I right?
Yeah, that's a big part of it. That's a big part of it too. But then also the battery is going to be physically larger because they touched on this in their presentation. They they tweaked the arrangement of the internals around to allow for a larger battery. So. Yeah, so that's a big part of it. The notch on the Pro and Pro Max is 20% smaller as well, so that's something across the board. And all the new cameras on all the new iPhone 13 models are better in the sense of that they let in light, they let in a lot more light. And then one benefit of it on the Pro models is that the ultra-wide lens on the Pro models now has a night mode to it.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. And then this might be the best part too, or probably the biggest upgrade if you're really into like videos and whatnot on your iPhone, is that the iPhone 13 Pro series if it's 256 gigabytes of storage or above, can do Apple ProRes resolution for video filming, which gives you like normal sort of like raw resolution, controls and whatnot. So
it actually
cool
allows, yeah,
into mobile videography. There's more. I should have possibly led with this earlier before this, but there's 4 tiers of storage now. The base models now start at 128 gigs and then go 256, 512, up to 1 terabyte on the Pro models.
Which is kind of impressive.
Yeah. But, okay, so this is one criticism I have of Apple, and it's actually kind of shady if you think about it. So there was no price bump. The base model, like iPhone Pro Max, is still like $1,100, right?
Yep.
For 128 gigs. So here's the trick for it, though. There were rumors going around before the event that Apple was going to bump the prices of everything by like $100 for the Pro models. Okay. They kind of did that in the sense of, so the entry-level Pro models are 120 gigs, $1,100, as I said, right? But the 128 gig models can't do Pro resolution, which kind of defeats the purpose of buying the Pro models at that point, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
So if you don't want your core functionality gimped with the Pro model, you have to shell out that extra $100 for at least the 256 gig. So that's how Apple got away with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm still over here using my broken ass S8. S8 Plus,
also,
more accurately.
That Sierra blue color for the 13 Pro is really, really pretty.
It is. I actually really like the gold that they have. I'm just a sucker for gold, to be fair.
Pimp.
Pretty much.
Pimp gold.
If I was going to get one, it'd be pimping.
Okay, that's fair.
Anything else out of the event?
They have if you subscribe to Apple Fitness Plus, you can now FaceTime your friend and sync the workout between you two.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
So it makes it, if you're still someone isolating yourself from your friends, which it's okay, you can move on now. You don't have to. It's okay, you can move on now. Then I guess that's useful.
Yeah, that is extremely useful. What was it?
I mean, realistically, it works for like, it's probably best for like long distance relationships,
Shut up.
Or, like,
Shut up, energy.
Stuff like that. So,
Quantum with the Matt likes gold, surprising. Not at all. But thinking about it now, this is why a recap video should be done, is because other outlets can't seem to do it correctly.
Apparently not.
Yeah, so...
And I just said any outlet because I figured, like, all the coverage... Alright, do you want my video next week will be a recap of the event. It'll be late, but whatever.
That'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll be able to get the job done better than the others. That's what our goal should be with the recap.
Yeah. Well,
try to make
actually, no, I think it'll be pointless because all the products will be out by then, by the time that video gets out.
Yeah. I mean, you could try to crank it out today.
No, I wouldn't.
Alright.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, okay. Moving on to the next topic. We spent 26 minutes on that, so that's not too bad. Well,
I think that maybe about half of it was trying to find an actually decent article.
Very much so. Boomer stream.
Yes.
Because apparently outlets can't do it.
Apparently not, and I was wrong. Every outlet might have had an article about it, but not every outlet.
They were all garbage, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll do better next time. We'll get a proper thing made for it. I don't even know the next big event. Is there a Samsung one coming up?
No, we're pretty much done for this year unless Apple does an October or November event.
Which I find it interesting that they do the event this late in the year, and then people are speculating that there's going to be another event this year.
Well, yeah, that's what they do, though.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's usually like laptop related or like iMac related stuff.
The Pro stuff.
Yeah.
Except for the iPhone Pro. That was just kind of an embarrassment. You know what's also an embarrassment?
apparently M1 MacBook screens.
Yep. Apple has now facing a class action lawsuit for cracked M1 MacBook screens.
I didn't even know this was a widespread issue enough to have. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, going into it, the law firm, I don't even want to try, filed a class action lawsuit against Apple that this week over unusually common screen cracks on the M1 MacBooks reported by a given person. The firm is accusing Apple of knowingly selling laptops with fragile displays that tend to crack under normal use in some cases, and then refusing to repair them without charge. Law firm is now seeking compensation for all expenses associated with the repairs. While Apple's latest 13-inch MacBook Air and MacBook Pro notebooks based on the M1 system on chip received great reviews and made many owners happy at launch, there's also a large number of customers who have experienced unexpected screen cracks and were forced to pay $600 to $850 to Apple for the repairs. Ooh!
Oh shit!
I didn't realize it was that bad.
You might as well just buy another laptop at that point.
Straight up, I was expecting like $300 maybe, but like that should fall under warranty.
Oh my god! Yeah, it should. That's the other big thing. Does Apple care? Like cover that? I don't know.
Apple insists that screen cracks were not its fault, but were caused by mishandling or by small items or particles becoming lodged between the keyboard and the screen.
So the normal dust and dirt that will accumulate on the screen.
I want to see a Gamer's Nexus video on this. I would love to do a video on it, but we don't have that budget yet.
I don't think we'll ever get that one from Gamer's Nexus just because
he doesn't touch Apple.
Yeah, it's like I think he refuses to give Apple any sort of money. So
yeah, that's fair. Last week, a class action law firm, I don't even know, has said that he had begun looking for owners of Apple's latest MacBooks with cracked LCDs to make potential legal claims against the company. Apparently, lawyers from the first law firm were quicker, so they filed the case, which is at 521 CV 07109, Alameda versus Apple, this week. And they're quoting that the MacBook is defective as the screens are extraordinarily fragile, cracking, blacking out, or showing magenta, purple, and blue lines and squares, or otherwise ceasing to function altogether, the lawsuit reads. Damn, Apple, you messed up. How do they even get away with trying to charge people that?
Because the same audience that buys the M1 MacBook will...
They got money to spare.
Shell out for it. Yeah, we'll shell out for it. So, yeah. I guess that's just the cost of Apple's, like, design language, you know? Where you're going to be sacrificing... I would describe it as core functionality of a laptop at this point for...
extremely.
Sleeker look and everything. Like, my laptop... my Razer Blade Stealth Mercury White 2019 has somewhat of an outdated design, all things considered. But
I get you. My Surface is technically outdated by a stretch.
Yeah, but it's like there are some reasons why you have to do it. Like you have to have a slightly recessed screen behind the bezel to allow for things like webcam covers or keyboard covers or just overall durability in general.
Yeah.
So.
With my Surface, it's just got a huge ass bezel and a thick piece of glass in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, it still works though.
Mm-hmm.
Although the one thing that I don't like about my Surface is the finish on it scratches really easily. Just gonna have to baby it. Yeah, like the spots that my pen magnetically sticks to it is obviously wearing down to where I can see bare metal.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of like my biggest complaint about it.
Okay, that's because it's like the coating on it is like this really weak magnesium coating. I remember hearing about this when the Surfaces were around.
Yeah, I wish they did some sort of like figure out how to do a Cerakote. That's all I need to say. Hey, it's super thin, super strong.
Can we get Cerakoted iPhones?
As long as it's aluminum in some capacity, I think it's possible.
Okay, we can have Cerakoted iPhones.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
How do you think this lawsuit's going to play out?
Apple will probably just start some sort of I don't want to say a recall program. They'll probably do like what they did for a battery date or whatever, and just offer a big discount on screen repairs for it. Say,
Yeah.
yep, okay, sorry. And then when we see the M2 MacBook, colloquially speaking, I think it's going to be called the M1X MacBook, the next iteration of this. It'll probably be fixed. They won't acknowledge it during a keynote, but they'll probably fix it somehow.
Has Apple ever issued a recall?
Not a total recall, no.
Okay.
They usually just do like what I said, which is offer like a discount
Band-Aids.
program for like battery replacements or something to people complaining. So
all good there. Whatever I guess floats their boat. I guess that's kind of bulk of it for the moment, because as typical with lawsuits, we're not going to hear anything about this for at least 4 months.
Right. It'd be a while.
But you know what is happening right now? Some order cutbacks with TSMC. Couldn't say their name right. Going into it, thanks to WCCF Tech, TSMC faces order cutbacks for major 5nm and 7nm customers. Kind of a big deal there. Amidst a tussle between investment banks for its gross margins, the Taiwan or TSMC might be bracing for an order reduction later this year. Courtesy of United Daily News, the report quotes foreign investors fear that the order reductions might begin in the fourth quarter of this year and involve consumer electronic firms that use Taiwanese fabs' leading-edge semiconductor manufacturing nodes. It follows overflowing optimism for TSMC's future from investment banks and warns that the purported order reduction can cut the company's revenue growth for the fourth quarter in half. That's
from 10 to 5%.
Yeah.
Which is still insane growth. 5% growth is still insane. It's
just
not
that
nearly as
year-to-date growth to be more accurate on that part as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, if you're an investor, this sucks. But if you're a tech enthusiast, this actually helps because more supply chains, more PS5s. I just want Ghost of Tsushima. Anyway.
That director's cut.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, in terms of people looking to invest in them and make that bread, that's not looking too hot there right now. Although
also, not a financial advisor, but buy the dip.
You can't say I'm not a financial advisor, but
that's all I'm hearing right now.
Not wrong. Can you even invest in TSMC on stateside?
Somehow, yeah.
You could probably find a way.
Foreign ETF.
You're not wrong. But while the UND does not mention the source of the report, it does state that the details were mentioned by investors based inside the United States, and these details reiterate concerns that having sporadically surfaced throughout this year, indicating that the semiconductor manufacturing industry might have to brace for an inventory correction later this year or in early 2022 as companies build their inventories in the wake of the historic chip shortage ushered in by the ongoing pandemic. I mean, for the average consumer like you or I, it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
We should hopefully see a bump in the more prominent stuff like graphics cards or consoles. Anything on that front should be fine. Xboxes,
Right, viewing this as freeing up production space for these sorts of things.
Yeah. It's not like they won't have people who will immediately place a bid if orders cancel, depending on who's canceling the orders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they be printing money.
Yeah.
But yeah,
realistically, it's kind of not a big issue for TSMC or anyone involved. All it is just Apple cutting back on their previous generation iPhones production.
Pretty much, since they're trying to make in-house fabs now, correct? Not yet?
No, they're in-house designing their silicon, but I don't think Apple will do their own manufacturing.
At least not yet.
I don't think they ever plan to.
True. Why not? Why not be able to control the entire chain?
It could be. It's a headache that Apple doesn't want to deal with. I don't know.
I know it's at least a headache and a half to do it inside the U.S.
Yeah.
That's why you don't see any phone manufacturers stateside.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, with it, like you said, 5% growth is still insane, and they're still printing money, still making chips like mad.
Exactly.
Well, cool. I don't think there's really too much else to dive into this. What does it go into?
Slow news week.
Yeah, slow. It do be like that. We are like 38, 37 and a half minutes into this podcast, and we've already gone through 3 of our topics. But you know what's a more fun one to go over? The Note.
Okay. Yeah, that's our headlining topic, huh? Even outside the Apple event. It exists, apparently.
Yeah, so so with the article from WCCF Tech, Samsung could be working on a next generation Galaxy Note, says Tipster. With Samsung not renewing the Galaxy Note trademark, would one immediately assume that the Korean giant is finally done with the series, but has yet to make an announcement official? However, the company might be holding off on that decision for now because, according to the Tipster, Samsung might be working on the next generation of Galaxy Notes.
By Tipster, they mean Ice Universe on Twitter.
Yeah, if I'm about to pull up that tweet.
Okay.
What is his like percentage in terms of accuracy for tweets?
Incredibly accurate.
Yeah, so switch back to there.
He's almost batting 1,000, I think.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's talk about the Note 22 Ultra again. Someone saw its middle frame structure. It was very easy to recognize, so it was quick to confirm that it was a Note. Yes, it was still a right-angle design. What does it mean by right-angle design?
It means the corners, where it's like, you know how the corners on the Note are so much like sharper than, yeah.
Gotcha.
Which is good. That means they're keeping the key design language of the Note, which, if you watched my Note 20 Ultra 1 year later review video, that's one of the highlights that I had, was how it has like an incredibly unique design that's just not matched by any other phone out there. Okay. And the whole like slab of glass that companies try to sell you on for being a phone and whatnot, I think it's like the Note is the only one that accomplishes it almost fully, just because of.
Yeah, just the texturing on the back of the phone is still nothing's beat it yet.
Yeah,
it's that good.
Yeah,
but yeah, with it, Ice Universe wanted his audience to know that there is evidence of the next generation Galaxy Note. Unfortunately, no other information such as its design, external camera arrangement, size, or other categories were discussed in the tweet. So it is difficult for us to get excited about something when all we can assume is that the device could be in its prototype stage and left there as it is.
So there's a little bit of misinformation going around about the Note trademark renewal also and everything. Samsung doesn't actually have to renew it until next year because the Note trademark was originally filed a year after the S trademark, which is, and it's good for 10 years and for stuff. So yeah, so it's like Samsung has until next year to renew the Note trademark.
Yeah, very nice.
So it has not expired.
I imagine what they might be trying to do, which is very reasonable, is just taking a step back with the Note, taking a generation off, and just kind of what is the Note starting from scratch and just try to offer that premium experience with it, because that is definitely the best experience with Samsung.
Yeah, and that's what they really need to do, and that's what a lot of Note fans have been saying. And how it's just like, it's just like over the years, back when they were releasing the S and the Note series at the same, or like in the same year and whatnot, it's like the gap between the two got less and less and less to the point where it pretty much disappeared in 2020.
Outside of a slot to put the S Pen in.
Yeah, not a big difference between the Note 20 Ultra and the S20 Ultra.
You can, DIY an S Pen slot if you have a nice drill and the right size drill bit.
That is very true.
Yeah. But
very true.
But with it, what else was this?
You can also DIY your headphone jack the same way.
That's very true. It also is worth noting that Samsung is slowly bringing the Galaxy Note's S Pen feature to its other smartphone lineup, such as the S21 Ultra, as well as the premium Galaxy Fold 3s, and Samsung's mobile head, Dr. T.M. Rowe, earlier stated that the company would not release a Galaxy Note 21, but promised that more S Pen features would be arriving for the technology giant's foldable smartphone category. A previous report said that Samsung skipped the Galaxy Note 21 launch due to the ongoing chip shortage.
Yet they were still able to release 2 phones.
Yeah. That could be valid, and that could be a valid reason for the decision, considering that that this supply-demand disparity has also adversely affected Apple, a company known for commanding the best supply chain amongst its competitors. Fans of the Galaxy Note series have also signed a petition urging Samsung to forego the release of the Galaxy S22 family in favor of a Note successor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give
us what we deserve.
Oh, that's just another article to it. Whatever. Unfortunately, the company cannot make such decisions as they go against the interests. But if there is a revenue to be made, we are confident Samsung will hint something about the new Galaxy Note series in the coming months, or some leaksters will, such as, the Samsung Kitty. Samsung is said to start mass production of the Galaxy S22 series in November of this year, in the hopes that it will launch the flagship lineup in early 2022.
Usually late January is when it happens.
Yeah. They have a weird cycle with it. They don't really hit holiday season like other companies.
And they hit that Valentine's Day rush.
Apparently, because nothing says "I love you" like a note,
Right.
Are you excited for it?
Hopefully. I want to be excited for it. Samsung needs to give me a reason to be excited for it, though. That's the thing.
Just the Hawkeye meme. Don't do that. Don't give me hope.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, come on now.
There we go, man.
Yeah, they just need to do, as they said, they need to kind of revamp it and make it be like, okay, this is why you want a Note. You know?
They kind of need to reevaluate what they're doing there. If they did bring the Note back, what features would you want to see? Brand new, I know
the enthusiast features back. So basically, what I want to see is I want to see a headphone jack. I want the micro SD card slot to continue being there. We're not USB-C, obviously, stuff like that. Let's see. eSIM support would be super cool. That's not on the Note 20 Ultra.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. What else here? They need to. It would be insane if they bumped the screen resolution and gave it 120 hertz also over whatever the S22 screen resolution. Make it like 1600p, 120 hertz.
That would be kind of crazy.
Yeah. Give it a slightly taller aspect ratio also over the 22. Yes.
So just like same thickness and taller, or also thinning it down a little bit.
Whichever way they'd have to go with it.
Okay.
Yeah. So just make it.
And okay, if you had like any features that you would want on it in terms of like balls to the walls, feel be for creative, whatever you want, what would you want to see? Because you're more the Note guy on this side.
No, I know. I want to fold also. Fuck it.
You want it to fold?
No, not really. No, I mean, realistically, I don't want anything, super crazy. Just, pretty much a restoration of all the features they've pared down over the years to come back to it,
Mm-hmm.
It's really just what I want. It doesn't have to do anything crazy. It just has to do that. And it has to be notably... Get it? Has to be notably different than the S series.
So fucking dumb. God damn it. I don't know why that's making me laugh so hard. Are you proud of yourself? No? Okay, cool.
I'm disappointed in myself more so than you can ever imagine.
Good. The amount of Note puns that you've made within the past week is kind of up there.
I know. I also talked about it the most in the past week, or a lot in the past week, so.
With the Note coming back and all that, it's kind of, it's kind of out there, pretty wild, right? It's also wild that Intel is now hiring game developers.
It's late in their dev cycle, yes.
Yes. So with it, Intel goes on a game dev hiring spree before Alchemist Gaming GPU launch. Intel's announcement is that it's hired 4 leading game developers advocates as it prepares to launch the first high-performance discrete gaming GPUs, the Alchemist. Developing and launching a new hardware product is a strenuous process with millions of moving parts, both with the hardware development and qualification side of the equation, as well as developing a software stack that actually allows the hardware to be tapped into
Okay,
by
can I
developers.
save you time? Intel is hiring 4 people that are all about like developer outreach and like developer facing tool development.
Cool.
Yeah.
What are their names? Here's some names. The first hire announcement on September 14 was Andre Bremer, or Bremer, I don't know how to pronounce it, who joined Intel as the new vice president and general manager of gaming and graphics workload engineering. And all these positions are more than a mouthful. Bremer brings decades of experience. Any other names? Michael Heilman? I don't know how to pronounce it. For the position of Senior Director of Game Developer Tools and Technologies, according to Intel. Any other names I can find in the article? Nope.
Yeah, there's 2 others.
I see the one in this paragraph, the one in this paragraph.
Keep scrolling.
Oh, I thought that was the end of it because the recommended thing. There it is. Next hire. God, so many ads. Or no, those are just pictures of the people. Richard Corpus, an AMD veteran of 15 years with the position of VP and General Manager of Game Ecosystem, Business Development, and Developer Relations. And finally, Intel today announced the hiring of Steve Bell for the position of Senior Director of Game Developer Relations. And this one, as this is one of those cases where the company's gain is another loss. Steve Bell goes to Intel straight from AMD after more than 13 years in exactly the same capacity as he now joins the Blue Giant.
I have no idea who these people are.
Yeah, they make stuff happen. They make games
Apparently.
go. I don't know too much about them. I don't know too much behind the game development relations side. But hey, if they make stuff happen and they figure out what people need and how to make Intel's graphics card better, go for it.
Good on him, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, that I mean, not too much outside that. I mean, we don't really have any news about performance or anything like that on the Alchemist just yet.
Thank you, Intel. Very cool.
Very cool. It's gonna be an interesting year next year.
What a slow news week.
It really is. Nothing just kind of hit the cycle this time around with the news on that Saturday.
Feels bad, man.
Feels bad. Okay, I mean, it's kind of hard to compete when Apple's the main headline this week.
I know.
So that's probably why it's on the slower side, at least.
Yeah, everyone's focused about the new stuff.
Yeah. But with it, we're like 50 minutes into the podcast. That's not too bad.
Kind of respectable.
Yeah, gets the job done for the news week that we had. Anything else you want to talk about? Anything?
Not really.
Anything like random water cooler type topics? Any fun games?
I got nothing.
Any fun games you've been playing this week?
Well, we've gone back into Minecraft a little bit, so that's cool.
That's true. We got back into Minecraft a little bit on that part. Now you're building another new structure next to my little home.
Yes, although I'm not sure if I'm going to continue it, just because I realized it's like how insane my floor plan actually is, and I don't want to build out every single room many times over. So
yeah. Plus, it would kind of kill my my view there.
Yeah. So I'd abandon that one.
Okay. Well, if it's free real estate.
It's free real estate.
Pretty much. No, I think that's good. You know what? I think that's going to do it. So we might as well, kind of start wrapping it up a little bit.
Yes.
All right. So as we wrap it up here, Tylems, where can the good people find you?
At Infurious7809 Twitter. That is at INFERIUS7809 on Twitter. Mostly anime stuff over there, so go check it out.
Very nice. And if you wish to find me, I am at Filmed by G-Man. I don't really tweet too much there because I more handle I understand why Anthony just kind of handles the COG stuff when he did.
Yeah.
I didn't really have that personal Twitter. But if you wish to find Tech for Thought on the other platforms and whatnot, Twitter is tech_4, the number 4_thought, and Instagram is tech_4, spelt FOR_thought, because we are consistent, if not anything.
That is true.
I'm sorry, I was just blanking there for a moment. But of course, if you think we've earned it throughout this podcast, and as well as any of our other videos, feel free to subscribe. We do appreciate the support as much as you're willing to give. I know we're up to like 1,600 subscribers now, about almost 1,620, which is kind of like mind blowing right now. It's kind of like everything's happening so quick. Oh my god, it's kind of amazing to see. So thank you all for all the support on that front, as well as the advice and feedback you give. We do try to make our videos the best they can be, so any advice on that part helps. And trust me, we do understand that my quality on the iceberg video is not the best. We've heard you loud and clear on that part.
We understand. Thank you.
That was more our fault, because I was trying to remove some AC noise in the background, and I kind of went overboard. All right, and if you wish as well, while you're subscribing, make sure to hit that notification bell to see when we go live with Pass Assault on Saturdays at 1 p.m. Arizona time. We might change that. I don't know. But 1 p.m. Arizona time right now.
No, we can indulge in letting other people
make everybody else suffer.
Exactly.
Why do you act like you're superior? Because I am
superior.
And I think that kind of does it, except for one other final thing. Our affiliate.
cultureofgaming.com. Gaming news, reviews, and opinion pieces. Nothing's been posted on there in like 3 months. I don't know why you have me plug this every time.
Because you say you're going to bring it back every so often. If you want to cut it, we'll cut it.
Okay, can we cut it for now?
Cool.
Okay, thank you.
I'll erase that from the doc.
Thank you.
There. Yep, I think that does it. Okay. All right. With that, we do thank you guys for watching. We really do appreciate it. And see you next time.
See you guys next time. Have a good week.